Hi everyone, my name is Amir Oltek from affiliatemarketingforall.com, and today I want to discuss about the subject that is related to ideas. And as you see, we are going to discuss about how to generate ideas. Generating ideas is not the easiest way to do in our life, and it is also very important thing. When we want to build something or when we want to do something, we always need to have an idea on what we are going to build or what we are going to do. And therefore I made this presentation to be able to help you to generate ideas either in your business or in your real life. So the things that we are going to discuss about in this presentation is why generating ideas is a very important thing. And then I'm going to introduce you three different methods of generating ideas. The first one is what I like to call as a bubble method, and second is brainstorming, and the third one is what I like to call as a study and learn method. And from each of those methods I'm going to give you some examples so that it will ease you to understand how to do them. And finally I'm going to give you some tips when you want to generate some ideas. So why in the world generating ideas is so important? Well, first of all, where the ideas are the essence of the beginning. Let's take an example. When you want to build a machine or a building, or when you want to start a business and so on, you always need to have an idea on what you are going to do, and that idea is going to be also the essence of beginning of your thing that you want to implement. If you don't have an idea, you are just like walking in empty space without any goals. Second thing why generating ideas is so important is that when you have an idea, it makes your thing quite unique. For example, if you have found some kind of idea that other people have not thought before, you can call it as unique. Good ideas are a big benefit for you and for the rest of the people. Now, for example, let's speak about LED lights. The good thing about LED lights, as I said before, is that they doesn't consume so much energy, and also in the near future they are going to be much more cheaper, and we want to go for much more green energy and so on. Also, generating ideas is so important is because when you found an idea, it can be time saving and also life changing. Now, with the life changing, I mean that it can make your life much more easier, and when we speak from the aspect of business, it can also make you lots of money, especially when you have some kind of unique idea that is in big demand, and there are like bright lights in the end of tunnel to that idea. So the first method is what I like to call as a bubble method, and the main idea in this method is to combine two or more different bubbles into one, and that new one bubble is the generated idea. In each bubble there should contain at least a word or a key phrase, and this word can be a subject, verb or adverb. And this is very easy method to generate ideas from, and next I'm going to give you some example. Now here the starting bubbles that I created was car and fly, and when I combined those two bubbles, I thought the first thing that first thing that popped out in my mind was flying car. So the flying car is the new generated idea. Let's take another example. I made a computer and green energy. Then I got a idea, like for example we can create some kind of computer that doesn't consume so much energy, and which is also called low energy consuming computer. So those are just very simple examples, and when you make this kind of or when you are using this bubble method, you can of course use more bubbles to combine for the one. Like for example, now I have just only combined in this example only 2 bubbles. Now we can, for example, if we want to be very specific, we can add some kind of bubble which indicate the color and so on. Then we just combine them together, those 3 different bubbles, and then we get for example that specific color, flying car, and so on. Now the next method is what I called, or actually it's brainstorming. This is very common way among the people, and I'm just going to revise it quickly. So you need to be in the place where it's silence. Now this is just my recommendation, and the reason why I recommend this is because usually when human is in the place where there is silence, he can concentrate on his thoughts and so on. And the main idea, of course, in this method is just to sit down, relax, and while having pen and paper, write just anything that is popping up in your mind. And then you can just look those ideas, and maybe you will make some or found some final idea. And the thing that is also suggested in this method is that you don't worry about the ideas that doesn't make sense. For example, if you find some kind of idea in your mind that doesn't make sense, just write it down anyway, because you might be able to use that later to combine with another idea, and then you will make just another new idea and so on. And don't erase anything, just feel free and write everything down. And as I said, this is a very common method and can be done in group, which will be much more effective in that way.